You're listening to the CyberWire Network, powered by N2K.
No, it's not your imagination. Risk and regulation really are ramping up, and these days, customers expect proof of security before they'll even do business. That's where Vanta comes in. Vanta automates your compliance process and brings compliance, risk, and customer trust together on one AI-powered platform. So whether you're getting ready for a SOC 2 or managing an enterprise governance risk and compliance program, Vanta helps keep you secure and keeps your deals moving. Companies like Ramp and Ryder spend 82% less time on audits with Vanta. That means less time chasing paperwork and more time focused on growth. For me, it comes down to this. Over 10,000 companies, from startups to large enterprises, trust Vanta to help prove their security. Get started at vanta.com/cyber. Federal agencies warn Iranian-linked hackers are probing U.S. critical infrastructure, while the DOJ disrupts a Russian router hijacking campaign. Cyberattacks hit Minnesota government systems and force a Massachusetts hospital to divert ambulances. Anthropic limits access to its new AI bug hunting model. Hackers leak terabytes of LAPD data, and researchers warn of a rise in AI recommendation poisoning. Our guest is Benny Czarny, founder and CEO of OPSWAT, discussing his book, Cybersecurity Upside Down, Rethink Your Cybersecurity Strategy. And Japan trades red tape for training data. It's Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. I'm Dave Bittner, and this is your CyberWire Intel Briefing. Thanks for joining us here today. It's great, as always, to have you with us. Federal cybersecurity and law enforcement agencies are warning that Iranian-linked hackers are targeting U.S. energy, water, and government services by exploiting internet-connected programmable logic controllers, or PLCs, which control critical infrastructure systems. A joint advisory from CISA, the NSA, FBI, U.S. Cyber Command, the Department of Energy, EPA, and the Cyber National Mission Force says attackers are actively exploiting Rockwell Automation Allen Bradley PLCs and may be probing devices from other vendors as well. Agencies recommend removing control software from direct internet exposure and reviewing logs for suspicious activity. Officials attribute the activity to Iranian-affiliated advanced persistent threat actors seeking disruptive effects, though no specific group was named. The campaign resembles earlier operations by CyberAv3ngers, which defaced control panels at a Pennsylvania water facility in 2023. Authorities say Iranian targeting has recently escalated, likely in response to regional hostilities. Exact victims remain unclear, but industry partners have been alerted and monitoring efforts are underway. Separately, a pro-Iranian cybercrime group claimed responsibility for distributed denial-of-service attacks that briefly knocked the websites of Chime Financial and Pinterest offline. Chime reported an April 1st disruption with no impact to customer funds or data, while Pinterest said less than 2% of traffic was affected and the attack was mitigated within minutes. The group also claimed additional U.S. attacks that Bloomberg could not verify. The U.S. Justice Department announced a court-authorized operation to disrupt a DNS hijacking network run by Russia's GRU military unit 26165, which targeted routers worldwide for espionage. According to officials, the hackers compromised thousands of routers, allowing them to filter traffic, identify targets, and capture unencrypted data, including passwords, authentication tokens, and emails from military, government, and critical infrastructure organizations. The FBI identified affected routers in the U.S., collected evidence, cut off GRU access, and restored normal functionality as part of Operation Masquerade, coordinated with partners in 15 countries. Microsoft reported more than 200 organizations and 5,000 consumer devices were impacted. Researchers at Lumen Technologies said targets included government agencies and email providers across the U.S., Europe, Afghanistan, North Africa, Central America, and Southeast Asia. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz issued an emergency order deploying the Minnesota National Guard to assist Winona County after a cyber attack disrupted critical government systems and municipal services. Officials said the incident significantly impaired operations, including communications at the local police department, and exceeded the county's internal and commercial response capacity. The county is coordinating with the FBI, state IT officials, and other partners to restore services. The Guard is authorized to provide personnel and resources until conditions stabilize. The attack follows a separate January incident that disabled systems supporting real estate transactions and police records. State officials emphasize that coordinated response efforts are essential as cyber threats increasingly affect local governments and public services. In Massachusetts, a cyber attack on Signature Healthcare and Signature Healthcare Brockton Hospital disrupted multiple IT systems, forcing the facility to divert ambulances and activate downtime procedures to maintain patient care. Emergency services and surgeries continued, but chemotherapy infusions were canceled and delays were expected. Officials said outside experts are investigating and no threat actor has claimed responsibility. The incident reflects broader pressure on healthcare providers, as recent attacks have also disrupted hospitals in other states. Health ISAC reports sustained malicious activity across the sector, including ransomware, data theft, and nation-state campaigns. The group warned attackers increasingly target hospitals, insurers, and medical device vendors, raising risks to patient safety if disruptions escalate. Coordination continues with CISA and the Department of Health and Human Services. Anthropic has launched Project Glasswing, a cybersecurity initiative built around its Claude Mythos preview model, which the company says can autonomously identify software vulnerabilities at large scale. Access is limited to a consortium of more than 40 organizations, including Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, the Linux Foundation, and several security vendors, to support controlled defensive testing. Anthropic reports early results showing thousands of high-severity flaws discovered across widely used software, including a decades-old OpenBSD vulnerability, though these findings are only partly externally verified. Experts say large-scale AI bug discovery could disrupt traditional vulnerability management by reducing reliance on human-driven bug hunting and shifting focus from prioritizing fixes to minimizing exposure time. Security leaders also warn organizations must adapt to faster machine-scale defense operations. Anthropic restricted access due to dual-use risks and committed $100 million in usage credits, plus funding for open-source security projects supporting maintainers. Hackers accessed a digital storage system tied to the Los Angeles Police Department and the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office, exposing sensitive records including personnel files and internal affairs investigation materials from prior civil litigation. Officials said unauthorized individuals obtained discovery documents containing witness names, health information, and investigative files. Some data appeared briefly on social media. Authorities are assessing the breach's scope, and it remains unclear whether a ransom was demanded or paid. Reports indicate about 7.7 terabytes of data, spanning more than 337,000 files, may have been affected. Researchers at Microsoft have identified a growing technique called AI recommendation poisoning, in which companies embed hidden prompts in Summarize with AI buttons to manipulate AI assistants into remembering and favoring specific brands in future responses. The study found more than 50 such prompts from 31 companies across 14 industries, often delivered through specially crafted URLs that inject persistent instructions into assistant memory. These tactics aim to bias recommendations on topics including health, finance, and security without users' awareness. Researchers say the approach reflects a shift from traditional search engine optimization toward influencing AI systems directly. Publicly available tools now make the technique easy to deploy, accelerating its spread. Microsoft reports mitigations in Copilot, though effectiveness varies across platforms. The company warns memory poisoning creates a new attack surface, enabling persistent influence over AI outputs and potentially undermining trust in automated recommendations if left unchecked. Coming up after the break, my conversation with Benny Czarny, founder and CEO of OPSWAT. We're discussing his new book, Cybersecurity Upside Down. And Japan trades red tape for training data. Stick around. Maybe that's an urgent message from your CEO, or maybe it's a deepfake trying to target your business. Doppel is the AI-native social engineering defense platform fighting back against impersonation and manipulation. As attackers use AI to make their tactics more sophisticated, Doppel uses it to fight back, from automatically dismantling cross-channel attacks to building team resilience and more. Doppel, outpacing what's next in social engineering. Learn more at doppel.com. That's DOPPEL.com. Benny Czarny is founder and CEO of OPSWAT. I recently caught up with him at the RSAC 2026 conference. In today's sponsored Industry Voices segment, we discuss his latest book, Cybersecurity Upside Down, Rethink Your Cybersecurity Strategy. We are back right on the show floor at RSAC 2026, and it is my pleasure to welcome Benny Czarny. He is the founder and CEO of OPSWAT, but also the author of the new book, Cybersecurity Upside Down. Let's do our best, show the book in cybersecurity, but it is upside down. How about that? Benny, welcome. Well, let's dig into the book. Again, I'll show it off here because it is something to see. This is Cybersecurity Upside Down. What prompted you to write the book?
So, I'm running the company for more than 20 years. And one of the key technologies that we have is the CDR, Content Disarm and Reconstruction. It's a really unique technology that it's a true prevention technology that is very unique. It's very effective to prevent AI-borne threats. And I'll start kind of questioning myself, how can I really make an impact with this tech? It's very, very relevant right now. And although I'm very busy and I'm on flights, I'm on kind of everything, and I thought, it's very, very important for me to go and pretty much come up to promote this technology, because I believe that this technology is extremely important and very, very important to go and promote it right now.
I know something that is important to you is the distinction between prevention and detection, and that you feel like the industry's kind of coming up short when it comes to their priorities.
Yeah.
Can you unpack that for us?
Of course. I mean, the whole reason I kind of put together Cybersecurity Upside Down, because I believe we need to reverse the model. This entire industry, you walk around here in the entire kind of cybersecurity industry, the entire industry is based on detection. Antiviruses, firewalls, IPSs, IDS. Everything is based on detection. Let's detect the threat, and then after that, create prevention based on detection. However, that's actually destiny for failure. Why? Because now with AI, it's like you have like attackers are using AI, defense are using AI. So it's more of a double-edged sword. And I'm questioning that. So, and also all of this, the industry is that it's kind of preconceived notion. Prevention, detection, prevention, detection. We need to reverse the model. We need to rethink cybersecurity. So what if we can reverse the model and instead of actually detecting, we can have a prevention technology through file regeneration. So my argument here is that, hey, we should assume all of the files, they're all malicious. We should assume all of the file flows to your organization, everything, file downloads, USB inserts, emails, everything is malicious. And we're gonna regenerate the entire file flow to your organization in a secure way to a point it's gonna be clean of malware because you generated this file, so you know it's now clean. I mean, we're doing it for several years already. We know it's super effective. I mean, throughout the book, I'm going through over multiple cybersecurity incidents that could have been prevented if the technology would have been applied. And I'm questioning that.
So the book really takes the reader on that journey with you.
That's what I tried. Actually, initially, I just when I started writing this book, it was purely about the tech stack. And after that, I consulted with my editor, Todd. He told me, hey, maybe the readers would like to to learn more about how you came about that. So, and then I started writing chapter 1, 2, and 3 that are taking the reader throughout this journey about how I came up with the CDR technology.
Yeah. I'm curious, as you look back on your own career and building OPSWAT, the success that you've had, how does that inform the things that you put into the book? How has that experience shaped where you are right now and your thoughts about all of this?
Well, I try to... So first, I try to put together some of the journey of building OPSWAT throughout this book, and also some tips about my philosophy to HR, and some other tips here and there. This book is not about the company, it's about philosophy about OPSWAT. It's about only one technology. It definitely opened my appetite writing books. Maybe it's not going to be the last one. I'm not committing to another one. Again, I'm not committing to another one. However, it definitely got me a book bug. So, and hopefully I'll write another one. Maybe it's going to be either about, it might be a business book or maybe about another tech that I'm passionate about so many different, I'm a tech geek, so I'm...
What do you hope people take away from the book?
I really would like them to rethink their cybersecurity strategy, to take a really good look into the content design and reconstruction, whether you're a student, whether you are a CISO, whether you are a cybersecurity enthusiast, whether you're a student, whether you want to learn a new technology about cybersecurity. Again, and to rethink, if you are in regulation or legislation, please read this book. I'll send you a free copy. I mean, please also read chapter 6. It's for you. So I'm really believing in that. I mean, several countries are already taking these steps rightfully. So we are not the only vendor producing CDR. I really believe we're doing the amazing job building a CDR and then the CDR technology. That would like pretty much anybody to take a really good look into this tech. Extremely effective to prevent AI-borne threats, and also to rethink their cybersecurity strategy.
All right. Well, Benny Czarny is founder and CEO of OPSWAT, and the book is Cybersecurity Upside Down. Do check it out. Benny, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Take care.
Thanks.
That's Benny Czarny, founder and CEO of OPSWAT. The book is titled Cybersecurity Upside Down, Rethink Your Cybersecurity Strategy. And finally, our When All Else Fails, Lower Your Standards desk reports that Japan's digital transformation minister, Hisashi Matsumoto, says the country plans to become the world's easiest place to build AI apps, partly by relaxing rules around personal data use. Amendments to the Personal Information Protection Act will allow organizations to share certain low-risk personal data without opt-in consent when compiling research statistics, including some health data. Facial images can also be used, provided organizations explain how they handle them, though opt-out rights will not be required. Protections remain for minors, and misuse or fraudulently obtained data can trigger fines tied to profits. Notably, organizations may not need to notify individuals about low-risk data leaks. Matsumoto argues existing privacy rules slowed AI progress, and these changes aim to help Japan catch the AI wave. If data is fuel for AI, Japan just approved a bigger gas tank. And that's the CyberWire. For links to all of today's stories, check out our daily briefing at thecyberwire.com. We'd love to know what you think of this podcast. Your feedback ensures we deliver the insights that keep you a step ahead in the rapidly changing world of cybersecurity. If you like our show, please share a rating and review in your favorite podcast app. Please also fill out the survey in the show notes or send an email to cyberwire@n2k.com. N2K's lead producer is Liz Stokes. We're mixed by Trey Hester with original music and sound design by Elliot Peltzman. Our contributing host is Maria Vermazis. Our executive producer is Jennifer Iben. Peter Kilpie is our publisher, and I'm Dave Bittner. Thanks for listening. We'll see you back here tomorrow.